Soft on numbness, distant rain fading away. Worn along piano enters slowly. Night always feels endless until the first little sign of light appears. Deep in Miss fade bass hum rises softly. Minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Skyline slowly losing darkness. Blue-gray colors fill the room. Street lights dimming one by one now. Like the night finally made it through. I've spent hours with my thoughts again, walking circles through old pain. But something feels a little lighter, watching morning slowly change the rain. And the silence feels less dangerous than it did a month ago. Like my heart stopped fighting sadness and finally let itself grow. Soft layer falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe broken people heal slowly, one sleepless night at a time. Maybe peace arrives quietly just before the sunrise. Full of sea bloom, emotional harmonies widen until morning finds me. I'll keep breathing through these lonely nights, keep surviving every memory that still visits after midnight until morning finds me. I'll let the moonlight move through me, because somewhere beyond this darkness there's still light reaching for me. And your guitar echoes softly outward, still reaching for me. Sparse arrangement, warmth and textures widen slowly. I still think about your laughter, still hear echoes of your voice. But the ache no longer owns me the way it once did before. And outside the city keeps waking, coffee shops and crowded trains, whole world beginning another morning, while I quietly start changing. And soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently. Maybe love was never wasted, even if it couldn't stay. Maybe losing you became the thing that finally showed me myself. Yeah. Drums soft and emotional harmonies widen. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's learning how to stand with old memories beside you, without letting them command you. Larger drums and emotional bass will lay falsettos until morning finds me. I'll keep carrying what shaped me. Every lonely night survives, still becoming part of my healing until morning finds me. And sunlight reaches through these curtains. I'll trust that even quiet hearts eventually find peace again. Echoed falsetto and lips find peace again. Drums disappear completely. Lonely roads, piano and ambient verb. I spent so long thinking silence meant emptiness, but maybe silence was just space days for me to finally hear myself clearly. And maybe the hardest nights weren't trying to destroy me after all. Maybe they were slowly teaching me how to become whole again. Streams swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger until morning finds me. I'll keep believing in tomorrow, even when tonight feels heavy, even when old memories follow, until morning finds me and the city glows beneath the sunrise. I'll remember I survived every night I thought would break me. I survived. Morning found me. Falsetto harmonies float out. Already found me. Soft ornament, birds faintly beginning outside. Instruments slowly dissolve. Night always feels endless until the light returns quietly. Warm analog piano fades into silence. Soft rain now beats, distant thunder beyond the skyline. Warm roads, piano enters slowly. Every night starts the same lately. Deep atmosphere, bass hum fades in softly. I close my eyes hoping for rest, and somehow end up back inside us again. Minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Blankets tangled near my ankles, blue moonlight stretching through the room. Phone screen glowing beside the mattress, like it's waiting for news from you. I still know the way your laughter sounded, half asleep at 2 a.m. Soft enough to calm my chaos before the world got heavy again. And every time I try forgetting, my mind rebuilds you perfectly. Like memory became a shelter, my lonely heart still retreats to secretly. Soft layered falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe nighttime keeps old feelings closer than they seem by day. Maybe sleep and memory blur together when love leaves slowly this way. Full on these bloom, emotional harmonies widen, falling asleep to old memory. Every dream still sounds like you, every quiet breath tonight feels emotionally pulled toward the past. Falling asleep to old memories, rain tapping softly on the window, trying hard to rest peacefully, while my heart keeps replaying echoes. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward, replaying echoes. Sparse arrangement, warmth and textures widen slowly. There's nights I swear I feel your body turning softly next to mine. Then reality arrives too quickly, like cold air cutting through the blind. And And outside the city keeps glowing, cars moving through distant streets. Oh, whole lives continuing forward while I'm stuck inside those scenes. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently. I wonder if you still dream about me, or if time finally let you heal. Because part of me still wakes up expecting you to be real. Drum soften, emotional harmonies widen. Maybe overthinking lingers because nighttime leaves nowhere to hide. Maybe lonely hearts revisit memories just to feel close one more time. Larger drums, emotional bass well, layer falsettos, falling asleep to old memories. And tonight they feel especially vivid. Every unfinished part of us still breathing softly in the silence. Falling asleep to old memories. Moonlight covering everything silver. Trying not to miss you deeply only makes the feeling bigger. Echoed falsetto ad-libs makes the feeling bigger. Drums disappear completely. Lonely piano and ambient reverb. I used to think healing me meant waking up without your name inside me. But maybe healing is gentler than that. Maybe it's simply learning how to miss someone without breaking completely. Strings swell emotionally beneath the final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere. Emotional drums return stronger. Falling asleep to old memories. But tonight the sadness feels softer. Like my heart is finally learning how to carry love without losing itself. Falling asleep to old memories while the rain keeps whispering slowly. And somewhere between grief and peace I finally start forgiving the silence. High layer falsetto harmonies float outward, forgiving the silence slowly. Rain on dance in soft city. Sounds slowly dissolve. Every night starts the same lately. But maybe one day the memories won't hurt this much to hold. Rhodes piano face in a warm tape is. Soft vinyl crackle, this is nighttime traffic. Warm electric panel enters slowly. I thought losing you would happen all at once. Deep ambient bass on fading softly, but it didn't. It happened slowly. Inside ordinary moments, minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Your mug still sits above the counter, slight crack running down the side, and somehow I still reach for it without realizing why. There's a song you used to play morning, still saved inside my phone. I skip it every single time now, but somehow still can't let it go. And the smell of rain on concrete still pulls your face into my head. Funny how the smallest details keep all emotions breathing quietly instead. Soft layer falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe love leaves traces in places we don't expect. Maybe people disappear physically, but emotionally never fully disconnect. Fool, let me spin bloom, emotional harmonies widen. You were here in every little thing, every quiet corner of my life. In coffee stains and midnight songs and moonlight pouring through the blinds. You were here in every little thing, even silence carried your shade. And every ordinary moment still somehow whispered your name. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward, whispered your name. Sparse arrangement, warm synth textures widen slowly. I passed the bookstore near downtown where we used to waste whole afternoons. And for a second I forgot reality until memory rushed back too soon. There's a jacket hanging by the doorway that I still haven't moved away. Not because I think you're coming back, but because part of me still stays. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently, and outside the city keeps glowing like heartbreak never happened here. But inside me certain moments still feel emotionally near. Drums soften, emotional harmonies widen. Maybe healing isn't erasing every piece someone left behind. Maybe it's learning how to live beside it without falling apart each time. Larger drums, emotional bass, well-laid falsettos. You were hearing every little thing, every sleepless night and slow sunrise. Every lonely drive through empty streets still reflected in my eyes. You were hearing every little thing, but tonight it hurts less deeply. Maybe memories soften naturally when the heart finally stops resisting. Echo, falsetto ad-libs, stops resisting. Disappear completely, lonely roads, piano and ambient reverb. I used to think moving on and forgetting all about you, but maybe real healing is different. Maybe it's remembering peacefully, because not every love story needs to end with bitterness. Some people become part of your soul even after they leave your life. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. You were hearing every little thing, and somehow maybe that's beautiful. All the quiet ways you changed me, still living softly underneath it all. You were hearing every little thing, and tonight beneath these city lights I finally stopped fighting the memories and just let them exist beside me. Highlight falsetto harmonies float outward, exist beside me. Softly beside me. Soft radio bends and distant city sounds slowly dissolve. I thought losing you would happen all at once, but really, you stayed behind in everything. Electric piano fades into warm reverb. Soft rain ambience, distant city sirens fading into the night. Warm rose piano and it slowly. Some nights feel longer than time itself. Deep iris feel the bass hum rises softly, like morning forgot where to find you. Minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Dark glowing red beside the mattress. 4 p.m. still no sleep. Thoughts moving like heavy oceans, far too restless underneath. I tried pacing through the hallway, tried standing out beneath the rain, but nowhere really quiet. It's the kind of hurt that knows your name. And the city looks exhausted, blue lights flickering through the blinds, while my chest keeps replaying memories I thought I left behind. Soft layer, falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe nighttime stretches longer when your heart still holds on to ghosts. Maybe lonely souls feel everything the world ignores the most. Full atmosphere, emotional harmonies widen. Full atmosphere, some nights don't end, they just slowly blur together. Every lonely thought tonight feels emotionally endless. Some nights don't end, moonlight trapped inside this bedroom, and every quiet second here still somehow circles back to you. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward, back to you. Sparse arrangement, warm scent textures widen slowly. Coffee growing cold beside me, static coming from the TV. Trying to fill this room with something that doesn't emotionally destroy me. I still keep your number saved, even though I never call. Funny how healing sometimes means doing nothing at all. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently, and outside strangers keep moving, laughing beneath streetlights somewhere. Whole lives unfolding peacefully while I'm stuck breathing midnight air. Drums, soft and emotional harmonies widen. Maybe overthinking deepens when the world finally grows still. Maybe silence becomes dangerous for hearts that never fully heal. Larger drums, emotional bass swell, layer falsetto. Some nights don't end, and tonight feels infinite somehow. Every memory unfinished, still breathing through this apartment now. Some nights don't end, rain falling softly through the darkness, trying to survive the feeling of missing someone that's quietly echoed falsetto ad libs, missing you quietly. Drums disappear completely, lonely piano and Indian reverb. I wonder if healing happens in moments too small to notice, like surviving another sleepless night without completely collapsing. Maybe strength isn't loud, maybe sometimes it's just this, a tired soul staying alive inside. Overwhelming limits, strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. Strong nights don't end, but tonight I finally understand them. They aren't trying to destroy me, they're teaching me how to face myself. it's okay for now, because somewhere beyond this darkness, morning is still coming slowly. I lay a falsetto slowly. I lay a falsetto harmony, slowed outward. Morning's coming slowly, slowly. Rain and distant city sounds slowly dissolve. Some nights feel longer than time itself, but even the longest night eventually lets the light back in. Roach piano fades into soft river. Soft nighttime endings, distant thunder rolling far away. Warm and a log set slowly rise. Silence used to feel empty, lonely electric piano enters softly. Tonight it feels like it's trying to tell me something. Minimal drums, deep by my slow bass underneath. Window cracked to let the cool air in. Curtains moving slow like ghosts. Moonlight stretched across the hardwood. Quiet filling every corner of home. I used to run from moments like this, fill the room with noise and distractions, anything to stop my thoughts from turning into emotional reactions. But tonight feels strangely softer, like the pain finally lost its edge, like my heart stopped fighting shadows and sat peacefully with them instead. Soft layer falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe healing starts quietly without dramatic sound. Maybe peace arrives slowly, one lonely night at a time. Follow me through the bloom, emotional widen. Silence feels different tonight, not as heavy as before now. Every memory still exists, but doesn't pull me fully down. Silence feels different tonight, moonlight falling through the darkness. And for once I'm not afraid of sitting alone with my heartache. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward. Alone with my heartache. Sparse arrangement, intimate vocal tone. I still think about your laughter, still remember how your hand felt. But the ache moves through me gently, like time finally helped a little. There's a peace inside surrender that I never understood before. Sometimes love becomes lighter the moment you stop trying to hold it. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling slowly, and outside the city keeps glowing. Cars passing softly below, whole world moving without asking who I used to be with you. Soft and emotional, widen. Maybe overthinking fades slowly when acceptance finally enters. Maybe broken hearts recover the moment they stop resisting forever. Larger drums, emotional bass swells, later falsetto. Silence feels different tonight, like breathing after endless song. Every lonely part of me feels slightly less torn apart now. Silence feels different tonight, and the room no longer haunts me. Maybe healing sounds exactly like this: soft, quiet, and almost invisible. Echoed falsetto ad-libs, almost invisible. Drums disappear completely. Lonely roads, piano and ambient reverb. I thought moving on would feel dramatic somehow, but maybe it's smaller than that. Maybe it's simply surviving the night without needing to escape yourself. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. Silence feels different tonight. Still emotional but lighter somehow. Every memory of us feels soft around the edges now. Silence feels different tonight. And beneath these city lights glowing, I finally understand. Healing doesn't erase love, it just teaches you how to carry it peacefully. Highlight falsetto harmonies flow outward. Carry it peacefully, peacefully. Soft rain ambience, and nighttime city sounds slowly dissolve. Silence used to feel empty. Tonight it finally feels calm. Electric piano fades into warm blues. Soft vinyl crackle, distant subway rumble. Warm road piano fading slowly. Music used to help me escape. Deep end but still with bass enter softly. Now every song somehow finds you again. Minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Late night train moving slowly. City lights blur past the glass. Headphones wrapped around my silence, trying to outrun the past. But every melody feels dangerous. Every lyric cuts too deep. Like heartbreak changed the way my soul processes what it hears. And I swear certain chords remember exactly how your voice would sound. Soft enough to calm my chaos, strong enough to break me now. Soft late falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe music keeps emotion people try too hard to hide. Maybe songs become mirror for everything we feel at night. Full of us who we bloom, emotional harmonies widen. Your name in my headphones. Every song somehow becomes you. Every midnight ride alone still emotionally runs through you. Your name in my headphones, like your memory lives in frequencies. And every quiet note tonight still reaches parts of me deeply. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward. reaches me deeply. Sparse arrangements, softs and textures, wide and slowly. I still remember driving nowhere, windows down at 2 a.m. You humming softly to the music, like peace existed back then. Now I ride through crowded stations, feeling disconnected somehow, surrounded by 1,000 people, still emotionally alone now. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently, and every playlist we created feels frozen inside time. Tiny soft plans for a version of us I still revisit in my mind. Drums soften harmonies, wide and emotionally. Maybe overthinking lingers because music keeps things alive. Maybe certain memories echo every time familiar songs arrive. Larger drums, emotional bass, swell and falsettos. Your name in my headphones while the whole city keeps moving. Every lonely beat tonight still somehow sounds like losing. Your name in my headphones, and the rain taps soft against the train now, trying hard to heal quietly. While old emotions play out loud, echoed falsetto ad-libs play out loud. Drums disappear completely, lonely piano and distant endings. I wonder if you still hear songs and think about me too, or if the music changed completely after everything we went through. Because for me, love still sounds like late night soul. Warm bassline, soft rain, and your laughter in the background somewhere. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge in a mad atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. Your name in my headphones, and every memory comes rushing. All the nights we spent alive still echo softly through the music. Your name in my headphones, but tonight the ache feels lighter. Maybe healing starts the moment the song stops sounding like goodbye. Highlight falsetto harmonies float outward, stop sounding like goodbye. Like goodbye, like goodbye. Subway yawns and soft rain slowly dissolve into silence. Music used to help me escape, now it helps me remember, and somehow survive it too. Roads, piano fades into warm tape hits. Distant city anthem, soft police sirens far away, Ambience and past glowing softly. Blue lights through my window again. Warm electric piano in it slowly. Whole city wakes somewhere below me, while I'm up here losing sleep quietly. Minimal drums, deep Mercedes bass underneath. The skyline flickers like a heartbeat. Neon reflections on the wall. Cars moving slow beneath the rain clouds, like they're searching for something to. I've been staring at the ceiling for what feels like half the night, trying to untangle emotions that only show up after midnight. And your memory keeps appearing inside ordinary things, and old songs, and empty coffee cups, and the silence between my breathing. Soft little falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe nighttime makes emotions harder to control. Maybe loneliness gets louder when the world finally slows. Full of me sleep bloom, emotional harmony. Blue lights through my window, painting shadows on the bedroom. Every thought about you lately feels too heavy to move through. Blue lights through my window, and the city never sleeping. While I sit alone with memories I still haven't stopped repeating. Indian guitar echoes outward softly. Stop repeating. Sparse arrangement, intimate vocal tone. There's a hoodie hanging near me that still smells a little like your skin. Funny how small surviving traces can pull old feelings back again. I try drowning myself in music, try driving aimlessly at night, but nowhere really feels far enough from the things I feel inside. Soft cinematic strings begin rising slowly, and every conversation lately feels surface level somehow. Like nobody notices the storms quiet people carry around. Drums soft and emotional harmonies widen. Maybe overthinking happens when hearts have too much space. Maybe silence after heartbreak changes the way nighttime feels. Larger drums, emotional bass, well, layer falsettos, blue lights through my window, and moonlight on the floorboards. Every lonely hour tonight still somehow opens old doors. Blue lights through my window, while the rain keeps softly falling. And somewhere underneath this grief I still wish that you would call me. Echoed falsetto lips, wish you would call. Drums disappear completely. Lonely roads, piano and distant audience. I wonder how many people tonight are sitting alone in dark rooms, pretending they're okay while quietly falling apart too. Maybe sadness isn't dramatic, maybe sometimes it's just this: a tired soul staring out windows, trying to survive what they miss. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. Blue lights through my window, and the whole city glowing softly. Every memory of us tonight, still emotion, it surrounds me. Blue lights through my window, and for once I stop up resisting. Maybe healing starts the moment you finally sit inside the feeling. Highlight falsetto, harmonies float outward inside the feeling. Still breathing through it. Soft rain ants and distant city sounds slowly dissolve. Blue lights through my window in another sleepless night, learning how to exist without you. Electric piano fades into warm river. Soft vinyl crackle, distant nighttime traffic. Warm roads, piano enters slowly. Everybody said it gets easier. Deep ambient bass hum, phasing softly. Just give it time. But nobody ever explains what to do while the time is passing. Minimal drums, intimate close, vocal delivery. Calendar pages keep turning. Seasons changing outside my window. Summer faded into colder nights. Still somehow I didn't let go. I cut my hair, changed routines, tried becoming somebody new. But healing isn't linear when every version of me remembers you. And the city keeps evolving. New lights, new strangers, new skies. But grief has strange ways of surviving, even while life moves by. Soft falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe time softens edges, but never fully erases. Maybe some people stay forever in the quietest parts of us. Falling, sway, bloom, emotional harmonies widen. I thought time would help, thought distance would numb the feeling. But every lonely night somehow still ends with me overthinking. I thought time would help, thought memories would fade naturally. But your voice still lives somewhere inside the silence surrounding me. Heavy guitar echoes softly outward, still surrounding me. Still arranging warmth and textures widen slowly. I still drive past your old neighborhood, sometimes without realizing it. Like my heart memorized directions, my mind still hasn't corrected. And there's nights I almost text you, then stare at the screen for hours, wondering if missing someone quietly still gives them emotional power. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling gently. Funny how pain changes shape though. It's not sharp like it used to be. Now it's softer, almost peaceful, but somehow even deeper in me. Drums soften, late harmonies widen emotionally. Maybe growing older means learning how to carry loss. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe it's surviving despite the cost. Larger drums, emotional bass, well, late falsettos. I thought time would help, but your memory still visits nightly. Every moonlit room alone still somehow feels emotionally heavy. I thought time would help, thought the ache would finally loosen. But certain kinds of love leave permanent fingerprints dance on you. Red gold falsetto red lips, permanent fingerprints on. Disappear completely, lonely piano and distant reverb goes. I don't cry the way I used to, don't break down the same anymore. But there's still moments your absence walks quietly across my soul. And maybe that's what healing really is, not becoming untouched again, but learning how to live your life with scars that still remember them. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinema atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. I thought time would help, and maybe slowly it is somehow, because the pain no longer controls me, even if it still lives around. I thought time would help, and tonight, beneath this moonlight, I finally understand some memories aren't meant to disappear. Yeah, though falsetto harmonies float outward, not meant to disappear, still here. Night owl, the yawns and soft rain slowly fade through the mist. Everybody said it gets easier, maybe they were right. Maybe healing just moves slower at night. Rose piano dissolves into warm tapests. Soft apartment announcing, distant rain against the window, warm electric piano slowly fades in. Funny how silence changes after heartbreak. Deep light with swayed bass humming too softly. It stops feeling peaceful and starts sounding like everything you lost. Minimal drum, intimate, close vocal delivery, TV glowing in the corner, but I'm not really watching it, just letting moving colors fill the room, so the emptiness feels less obvious. There's dishes sitting in the sink still closed, scattered near the bed, little signs I haven't fully learned how to exist inside this year. And every quiet second stretches like time forgot how to move, since the night you walked away and took the warmth out of this room. Soft falsetto harmony rise gently underneath. Maybe noise was never comfort, maybe you were all alone. Now every silent moment feels emotionally too strong. Full apple sweet bloom, emotional let on. Quiet hurts louder now that you're not beside me. Every little sound at night still somehow reminds me. The quiet hurts louder than all the words we said wrong, because silence after love feels heavier than heartbreak itself. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward, heavier than heartbreak. Sparse arrangement, Warm since textures widen slowly. I still sleep closer to the edge, like your body's somehow there. Still leave half the bed untouched, like memory occupies the air. And the moonlight through the curtains feels colder these days somehow, like the universe is self-noticed. You don't come around now. Soft cinematic strings begin rising gently. I used to crave peaceful moments, now they terrify me honestly. Because when everything is quiet, there's nowhere left to hide me from soft and emotional harmonies widen. Maybe overthinking grows louder when the distractions disappear. Maybe silence becomes painful when the person you loved isn't here. Larger drums, emotional bass, well they falsettos. The quiet hurts louder, and tonight it feels endless. Every memory unfinished, still floating through this bedroom. The quiet hurts louder, like your absence has a heartbeat. And every lonely part of me still waits for you unconsciously. Echoed falsetto ad lib, still waits for you. Drums disappear completely. Lonely roads, piano and distant ears. I never realized how much love sounded like safety, until silence moved in and made this place unfamiliar to me. Maybe healing begins the moment you stop running from stillness. But tonight I'm not there yet. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. You turning at an atmosphere. Emotional drums return stronger. The quiet hurts louder, but somewhere inside the sadness I can feel my heart learning how to survive this emptiness. The quiet hurts louder, still echoing through the moonlight. But every sleepless night alone is teaching me how to face myself. I lay a falsetto harmony, float outward, teaching me how to face myself in the quiet. Oh no, the amps grows louder as instruments slowly dissolve. Funny how silence changes after heartbreak. It becomes the one thing you can't escape. Electric piano fades into distant reverb. Soft engine hum, rain brushing against the windshield. Distant since past fading in. 3 a.m. roads always tell the truth. Warm roads, piano inner slowly, especially when nobody's sitting beside you anymore. Minimal drum, deep vibraphonic bass underneath. Streetlight sliding across the dashboard. Gold reflections on tired eyes. City moving in soft slow motion, while the radio whispers quietly. I still take the turns you love most, without thinking where they lead. Funny how habits survive heartbreak, even after people leave. And your seatbelt still hangs crooked from the last night you were here. Small details become emotional when silence is all you hear. Soft little falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe driving keeps me moving when emotionally I stay still. Maybe empty roads feel safer than sitting alone with how I feel. Fool, I must feel alone. Emotional harmonies widen. Empty passenger seat, but your memory still rides with me. Every midnight road tonight feels emotion incomplete. Empty passenger seat, moonlight falling through the windshield, trying hard to move forward while my heart still drives backwards. Ambient guitar echoes outward softly, still drives backwards. Spots arrange me, intimate vocal tone. There's a diner near the highway where we used to stop sometimes. Coffee cups and sleepy laughter, living somewhere inside my mind. Now I pass it without slowing, but my chest still notices how certain places quietly hold versions of people we miss. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling slowly, and every song inside the speakers feels too close to what I lost. Like the universe keeps finding ways to reopen unfinished thoughts. Drums soft and harmonies widen gently. Maybe loneliness sounds different with rain against the glass. Maybe some hearts keep traveling along after love has passed. Larger drums, layer falsetto, cinematic atmosphere. Empty passenger seat, and the skyline barely breathing. Every lonely mile tonight still somehow carries your meaning. Empty passenger seat in this highway full of silence. Trying not to think about you only makes me miss you deeper. Echoes falsetto lips, miss you deeper. Drums disappear completely. Lonely piano and distant road on band. I wonder if you still drive at night, when your thoughts get too loud, or if you found peace somewhere far beyond us now. Because I still search city lights for pieces of what we were, like headlights in the darkness could somehow lead me back to her. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic emotional lift, full of drums and harmony. Empty passenger seat, but your ghost still feels beside me. Every quiet road tonight still emotionally rewinds me. Empty passenger seat, and these late night streets keep turning, but somewhere underneath this grief Part of me is slowly healing it. High falsetto harmonies float outward. Still missing you. Rain on bends and distant highway. Sound slowly fade. 3 a.m. roads always tell the truth, and tonight the truth is I still think about you when I drive alone. Roads, piano dissolves in a softer river. Soft nighttime in air, lesson train passing through the city. Warm and all our piano fades and slowly. Maybe we loved each other right at the wrong emotional time. Deep atmosphere bass humming too softly. Maybe that's what makes this hurt so hard. Minimal drums, intimate vocal delivery. We were beautiful in fragments, late night drives and tired smiles, holding hands through crowded rooms, like we could survive anything for a while. But somewhere underneath the surface, we carry things we never healed, and two broken people loving deeply still doesn't stop damage from feeling real. Had your silence, I had overthinking, both pretending we were strong, while slowly building walls between us, without noticing for too long. Soft letter harmonies drift upward. Maybe love alone can't fix every shadow people hide. Maybe timing matters more than hearts willing to try. Full of machine emotional layered harmony. Maybe we needed the distance. Maybe space was unavoidable. Maybe loving each other deeply still couldn't make us sustainable. Maybe we needed the distance, even if it broke us slowly. Sometimes people lose each other, trying too hard not to feel lonely. Ambient guitar echoes outward softly, trying too hard. Sparse arrangement, soft synth textures widen gently. Now I sit beside the window, watching strangers move below. And for the first time in forever, I'm learning how to sit with my own soul. No distractions, no pretending, no hiding pain behind your name. Just me facing every version of myself I used to escape. And honestly, I hate some nights, but others finally let me breathe. Like maybe heartbreak cleared the noise I was too attached to see. Drums soften, cinematic strings rise quietly. Maybe separation teaches what comfort keeps concealed. Maybe losing someone changes the parts of us that never heal. Larger drums, emotional bass swell, layer falsettos. Maybe we needed the distance. Maybe growth required silence. Maybe some love stories end so two people can finally find themselves. Maybe we needed the distance, even if my chest still aches tonight. Because part of loving someone is knowing when to stop holding tight. Couple sets away, live with, stop holding tight. Drums disappear completely. Lonely roads, piano, and ambient reverb. I still miss you, but the missing feels different now. Less like drowning, more like learning how to float somehow. And maybe one day, when the memories soften around the edges, we'll look back at this heartbreak as the thing that finally made us honest. Strings swell emotionally beneath final line. Huge cinematic expansion, emotional drums return stronger. Maybe we needed the distance, maybe pain was part of healing. Maybe losing what we love taught us what we truly needed. Maybe we needed the distance, even if the silence feels endless. And somewhere underneath this grief, I hope life's finally gentle with you. And distant city sounds slowly fading. Maybe we weren't meant to stay forever. Maybe we were meant to change each other. Warm and hollow piano fades into silence. Steady rain on him. Distant sirens below the city. Soft electric guitar drenched in reverb. Rain falling off the fire escape again. Warm rose, piano and a slowly. Whole city shining like broken glass tonight. And somehow I still miss you most in weather like this. Minimal drums, deep on the steep place, breathing underneath. Window cracked to let the cold in. Smoke drifting in a neon light. Street below moving in slow motion, like the world got tired tonight. I lean against the rusted railing, watching headlights disappear. Thinking how some people leave you, but emotionally stay near. And every drop against the metal sounds like unfinished conversations. Tiny echoes from a version of us that never survived the distance. Soft layered harmonies rise gently beneath the vocal. Maybe rain makes memories louder. Maybe silence sharpens pain. Maybe lonely hearts hear old love inside every storm again. Full apples still bloom, emotional harmonies white. Rain on the fire escape, and your memory dripping through me. Every quiet little second feels emotionally heavy tonight. Rain on the fire escape, moonlight caught inside the puddles. Trying not to think about you only pulls me deeper under. Yeah. Ambient guitar echoes softly outward, deeper under. Sparse arrangement in a mid-vocal tone. Your old hoodie's still beside me, even though the scent is fading now. Funny how I still protect small things that should have been let go somehow. There's a couple laughing downstairs, sharing cigarettes beneath the rain. And I hate how seeing happiness makes your absence ache again. Soft scent shimmering slowly. I swear this city keeps your fingerprints on every corner that we touch, like nowhere here completely forgot us, even after all this time apart. Drums soft and cinematic strings begin swelling quietly. Maybe healing isn't linear, maybe grief returns in waves, maybe certain nights reopen things you thought had finally changed. Larger drums, layered falsetto harmonies, cinematic lift, rain on the fire escape, and the skyline barely breathing. Every lonely thought tonight still somehow carries your meaning. Rain on the fire escape, and this apartment full of echoes, trying hard to move forward while my heart still lives in yesterday. Echoed falsetto ad-libs, still lives in yesterday. Drums disappear completely, only piano and rain on bangs. I wonder if you still stand by windows when storms roll through your side of town, or if you learn how to sleep peacefully without replaying us now. Because I still search for answers inside weather and old songs, like heartbreak leaves behind traces. The universe quietly holds on until strings swell emotionally beneath final lines. Drums return stronger, rain on the fire escape, and every memory flooded through me. All the words we never finished, still hanging heavy in the moonlight. Rain on the fire escape, and tonight I finally feel it. Some loves don't fully disappear, they just become part of the weather. High-layered falsetto harmonies float outward, part of the earth. Still raining in me, steady raining me. Remains as instruments fade slowly. Rain falling on the fire escape, like the city crying softly for everything we couldn't hold on to. Rhodes piano dissolves in a distant thunder. Low on a log, static phasing, distant city ambience humming softly. Warm scent chords emerge slowly. We used to speak without trying, now every conversation sounds far away. Soft electric piano enters, like there's static between us. Even when we're saying the same words, minimal percussion, deep pop is slow and bass underneath. You sit beside me in silence, phone light dancing on your face, and somehow the distance feels larger than the space between our bodies lately. We still say, how was your day? Still move around this room like lovers, but something underneath the surface keeps interrupting one another, like radio signals in a storm, like broken frequencies at night. Every sentence loses pieces before it fully arrives. Soft falsetto harmonies rise gently. Maybe love doesn't disappear. Maybe it slowly fades unclear, until two people standing close still somehow can't fully hear. Full endlessly bloom, emotional layered harmonies. There's static between our hearts. Every touch feels disconnected, like we're reaching through the silence, but emotionally can't connect it. There's static between our hearts, and I don't know how we got here. Now even when you hold me close, you still somehow feel distant. And then your guitar echoes softly, feel distant, yeah. Sparse arrangement in a mid-vocal tone. I miss the way your eyes would soften whenever I walk through the door. Now we look at each other carefully, like we're scared to feel too much anymore. And every argument sounds smaller than the tension underneath, like we're really fighting over all the things we never speak. Soft scents shimmer widens gently. I tried turning music louder, tried pretending we were fine, but silence always finds the cracks. People leave hidden behind. Drums soft and cinematic strings begin rising quietly. Maybe overthinking ruins things that once felt effortless. Or maybe hearts grow quiet when they're overwhelmed with loneliness. Larger drums, wider harmonies, emotional lift. There's static between our hearts. Every midnight feels colder lately, and the version of us we used to know feels like somebody else completely. There's static between our hearts, like love caught inside interference, and every little pause between feels unbearably clear now. Echoed falsetto web lips, unbearably clear. Drums disappear completely. Lonely piano and distant ambient textures. Maybe we stop listening before we stop loving. Maybe pain grows quietly inside comfortable routines. And maybe the saddest endings aren't loud enough to notice it. They happen slowly in conversations that lose their warmth. Strings swell emotionally beneath final lines. Silence, I still hear the way you love me before distance redefined us, yes. And there's static between our hearts, and tonight I finally understand it. Sometimes people drift apart without ever truly planning it. High falsetto harmonies float outward without planning it. Static in the silence. Static returns beneath fading roads piano. We used to speak without trying. Now every word feels like it's traveling too far to reach you. Instruments slowly dissolve into tape hiss. Thought rain, humming, distant thunder rolling across the skyline. Lonely electric piano Some endings don't stay in the past. Deep ambient bass slowly fades in. They keep replaying, like your mind never got the memo that it's over. Man, no one else, intimate close, vocal delivered. I still remember how the room felt, cold air moving through the blinds. Your suitcase standing by the doorway, like a warning I ignored in time. You kept looking at the floorboard, like they had something safe to say, while I searched your face for reasons not to let you walk away. And even now I hear the silence right before the final word. Funny how the quiet moments end up being what hurts worse. Soft layer harmonies rise underneath. Maybe heartbreak's just a memory that refuses to sit still. Maybe goodbye keeps echoing long after the sound itself is killed. For love me see emotional drums expand softly. I keep replaying goodbye, like my heart missed something important. Every little look you gave me still feels emotionally normal. I keep replaying goodbye, every second frame by frame, trying to find a different ending inside a moment that won't change. And being guitar echoes softly won't change. Sparks of rain, a warmer baseline. Now nighttime feels like reruns of everything we used to be. Moonlight spilling through the curtains, like old memories visiting me. And every song becomes a trigger, every street still says your name. I swear this city memorizes and kept playing back the pain. Soft and shimmer widens gently. There's a version of that evening where I held you before you left, where pride didn't speak louder than the fear inside my chest. Drum, soft and emotional harmonies widen. Maybe overthinking's just grieving, trying to rewrite what's gone. Maybe hearts replay goodbyes because they haven't accepted moving on. Larger drums, lay a falsetto harmonies in a mad atmosphere. I keep replaying goodbye, like your shadow stuck beside me. Every sleepless hour tonight, still emotionally rewinds me. I keep replaying goodbye, trying to understand the silence. How two people full of love still somehow ended in distance. Echoed falsetto ad-libs ended in distance. Drums disappear completely, lonely piano and cinematic string. If I could revisit one moment, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I'd just hold you longer before everything slipped away. Because now the hardest part isn't even losing you, it's knowing somewhere in the timeline we almost made it through. Strings swell dramatically beneath fine low line. Huge cinematic expansion, emotional drum shit drumming. Keep replaying goodbye, like my soul still lives inside it. Every broken piece of silent, still carries your voice behind it. I keep replaying goodbye, and the moonlight keeps reminding me. Some people leave physically, but emotionally never really leave. High-layer falsetto harmonies float outward, never really leave. Still hearing me, in me. Rain on bends, grows louder, instruments dissolve slowly. Some endings don't stay in the past, some endings move into your chest and live there quietly forever. Electric hand on fade in a distant reverb. Distant traffic fading away, soft wind on bends between tall buildings, warm analog shimps in it slowly. There's a moment every night when the city finally exhales, deep roads chords softly descend. That's usually when the memories find me. Minimal kick drum, soft and it smell the texture. Street lights bleeding gold on wet pavement. Last train disappearing downtown, windows slowly turning darker as the whole world settles down. But my mind don't follow silence the way the skyline does. Every quiet hour just uncovers things I spent all day out running from. And your name still moves through me like smoke inside an empty room, soft enough to almost miss it, heavy enough to change the mood. Ambient harmonies rise gently beneath the vocal. Daytime keeps me distracted, but nighttime tells the truth. And every hidden thought inside me still somehow leads to you. Persuasion, emotional base swell when the city finally sleeps. That's when my heart starts talking. Every silent little feeling comes alive inside the darkness. When the city finally sleeps, I hear your memory breathing in the spaces between songs. In the stillness I can't escape from, echo falsetto ad-lib, stillness I can't escape. Sparse drums in a mid-vocal delivery. There's an old diner near the corner, still open after 2 a.m. I sit there sometimes just to feel like I exist around people again. Coffee steaming by the window, blue neon glowing on my face, trying to look emotionally normal while missing you in public spaces. Soft guitar beyond center slowly, and every stranger passing by me feels temporary somehow, like the world kept moving forward, but emotionally I never left us. Drum soft and cinematic strings speaking, swelling quietly. Maybe loneliness gets louder after midnight settles in. Maybe overthinking grows strongest when the noise outside finally ends. Larger drums, wider unfinished, still walking softly through this heartbeat. When the city finally sleeps and the moonlight floods the empty streets, part of me still waits for footsteps that I know will never reach me. Falsetto harmonies float outward, never reach me. Drums disappear, lonely piano and ambient reverb vocals. I wonder how many people tonight are staring at ceilings like me, trying to survive old emotions quietly, invisibly. Maybe heartbreak doesn't end, maybe it just learns new shapes, and maybe healing is simply waking up with slightly less weight. Cinematic strings rise dramatically, huge cinematic atmosphere, emotional drums return stronger. When the city finally sleeps and the skyline stops moving, every hidden part of me still whispers things about you softly. When the city finally sleeps, I finally hear myself clearly, and underneath all the silence, I still wish you were here with me. Lay a falsetto ad-libs echo into space. Wish you were here, still with me. Night under edge returns, distant train sounds fade away. There's a moment every night when the whole city goes quiet and all that's left is whatever your heart was trying not to feel. Roach piano slowly fades into soft tape hiss. Soft kisses, distant rain tapping against glass. Warm scent past slowly fades in. There's 1,000 versions of us still trapped inside my phone. Lonely electric piano enters softly. Messages I wrote at 3 a.m. and never had the courage to sing. Minimal percussion, deep in my stereo bass underneath. I still type your name instinctively, like muscle memory never left. Thumb hovering over send for minutes, then deleting everything instead. This paragraphs full of apologies, half-finished truths and late-night fear. Conversations built from overthinking that nobody but me will hear. And every draft still sounds unfinished, like my heart paused mid-sentence, trying to explain a kind of pain that silence made more expensive. Soft falsetto harmony drifting in the background. Maybe some words feel safer when nobody else can read them. Maybe I kept things inside me, because losing you already weakened me. Full emotion, layered emotional harmony. Conversations I never sent still echo through my midnight. Every message full of feelings I was too broken to say right. Conversations I never sent, still glowing softly on the screen. Tiny digital ghosts of love, and everything we could have been. Every good guitar echoes outward. Everything we could have been. Sparse arrangement, intimate vocal tone. There's one where I almost told you how hard sleeping got alone. One where I admitted honestly, this apartment stopped feeling like home. Another where I asked if maybe you still think about me too. But vulnerability after heartbreak feels dangerous when it's aimed at you. Soft tenor backstrings begin rising slowly, and every unsent conversation feels heavier after dark, like the moon keeps pulling memories straight out of the deepest parts. Drums soft and harmonies widen gently, maybe closure never reaches. People scared to fully speak, maybe silence grows the loudest in hearts that overthink everything. Larger drums, emotional live, laid out falsettos. Conversations I never sent, still living quietly beside me. Every hidden little feeling, still asking why you had to leave. Conversations I never sent, still lighting up the darkness, like unfinished pieces of my heart, waiting somewhere for your response. Falsetto ad-libs float upward, waiting for your response. Drums disappear completely, lonely piano and distant rear vocals. Maybe love isn't loud, maybe sometimes it stays hidden inside drafts, inside pauses, inside words we never finish. And maybe one day when this ache no longer controls me, I'll stop rereading old emotions like they still belong to somebody. Strings swirl emotionally beneath final line. Cinematic emotional expansion, full of harmonies and drum. Conversations I never sent, still drifting through these late nights. Every silent thought about you still keeps my chest unbearably tight. Conversations I never sent, still glowing underneath the moonlight. And somewhere between all these words, I'm still trying to say goodbye. Hey, falsetto harmonies echo softly, still trying to say goodbye. Rain ambience grows louder, instruments slowly dissolve. Maybe the hardest conversations are the ones nobody ever hears. Electric piano fades into silence. Soft nighttime and Distant sirens far below the city. Muted electric guitar echo. No calls tonight. Just moonlight on the floor again. Warm rose piano slowly enters, and too many thoughts with nowhere to go. Minimal drums, soft sub bass breathing underneath. Phone face down beside the bed now, like I'm trying not to hope. But every vibration's from the city still makes my heartbeat jump. I told myself I'd stop waiting, stop romanticizing ghosts. But loneliness has strange habits, especially after midnight shows up. And your side of the conversation still alive somewhere in my head. Tiny unfinished sentences circling everything you never said. Maybe harmonies drift softly through the mix. Maybe healing takes longer when memories know your address. Maybe nighttime pulls emotions out from places daylight can't suppress. Full like we slip, emotional later harmonies, no call, just moonlight falling softly through the window, lighting up the empty spaces where your love used to feel close. No calls, just moonlight, light. And this silence getting heavier, trying not to think about you only makes me miss you deeper. Falsetto ad-libs echo outward, miss you deeper. Sparse arrangement, internet delivery. I drove nowhere for an hour just to quiet down my mind. City lights sliding across the windshield like memories passing by. And every song inside the speakers felt dangerously personal, like the universe keeps choosing exactly what hurts the most. Soft cinematic strings begin swelling quietly. There's a version of me somewhere who'll never let you walk away. I think about him every night now, and honestly I envy him. Drums soft and harmonies widen gently. Maybe closure doesn't happen, maybe some hearts stay undone. Maybe certain people leave us, but emotionally never really run. Larger drums, emotional bass will lay falsettos, no calls, just moonlight. Blue reflections on the ceiling, every quiet second lately feels attached to some old feeling. No calls, just moonlight, light. And the city barely breathing, I keep searching through the silence for a sign you still need me. Echoed ad-libs, still need me, still need me. Drums drop out completely, lonely piano and distant email. Maybe I got too good at pretending I was fine. Maybe people only notice pain when it becomes loud enough to define. But mine stay hidden beneath calm conversations and tired eyes. And now the moon's the only witness to how hard I'm trying tonight. Strings rise emotionally beneath final line. Singer riders emotionally beneath find a line. Silhouette emotionally beneath. No calls, just moonlight shining silver on these memories. Every lonely part of me still keeps your name in reach. No calls, just moonlight in this apartment full of silence. But somewhere underneath the hurt, I still love you in the quiet. High falsetto harmonies float outward. Still love you in the quiet, in the quiet. Rain and city army slowly blend together. No calls tonight, just moonlight and thoughts I still can't outrun. Oh, soft thunder in the distance, warm analogs and slowly rising. It's strange how silence works. Lonely electric piano enters, even when nobody's here. Somehow you still are. Minimal drums with soft brush percussion, curtains moving from the night breeze, streetlights bleeding through the blinds. Your shadow still lives in corners. My mind forgot to leave behind. There's a dent still in the pillow from the side where you were asleep. Funny how the smallest traces cut the deepest when they leave. And every object in this apartment feels emotionally alive, like the walls learned your breathing and refuse to say goodbye. Soft laugh, falsetto harmonies enter quietly. I turn the TV on for background noise, just to fight the silence here. But every sound somehow becomes you by the time it reaches my ears. Fully mismansion, emotional bass and wide harmonies. The room still sounds like you, like your laughter never left it. Every quiet little echo still carries pieces of your presence. The room still sounds like you, even with the windows closed. Every midnight thought inside me still walks this floor alone. And in guitar echoes softly, and I don't know how to silence it. Sparse arrangement in a mid-vocal tone. I make coffee out of habit, then remembered you're not here. Still pour 2 cups without thinking. Guess some routines disappear slow, and the rain outside keeps falling against the fire escape tonight, like heaven's trying to wash memories off the surface of my mind. Soft scent shimmer expands gently. I swear your name lies in the ceiling, in the hallway, in the air, in the pause between songs playing, in the emptiness you left here. Drum, soft and emotional harmonies swell I keep pretending I'm healing, like I'm stronger than this pain. But nighttime always tells the truth when distractions fade away. Larger drums, wider harmonies, emotional lift. The room still sounds like you, like your voice stayed in the fabric. Every memory in this place still moves around me like a habit. The room still sounds like you, like goodbye never fully landed. And every lonely outer night still feels emotionally stranded. Falsetto, ad-libs, drift upward, still sounds like you. Drums drop out completely, lonely piano and cinematic string. Maybe love leaves fingerprints on spaces we survive in. Maybe hearts don't really break, they just learn how to ache quietly. And maybe healing isn't losing you, maybe it's learning how to breathe inside a room full of echoes that still sound like everything to me. Strings swell dramatically beneath final line, huge cinematic atmosphere. Emotional drums return stronger, the room still sounds like you. Every silence keeps repeating, all the things we never fixed, all the love still stuck between us. The room still sounds like you. And tonight I finally feel it. Some people leave physically, but emotionally never really do. Lay falsetto harmonies fill the background, never really do. Still here in the silence, and ends return. Instruments slowly dissolve. It's strange how silence works. Sometimes it sounds exactly like the person you miss most. Electric piano fades into soft reverb. Soft rain on me, distant traffic outside. Muted rose, piano enters slowly. 2:17 in the morning, and sleep still won't look me in the eye. Low east rate bass, hum rises softly, whole city underwater in silence. But my head still sounds alive. Minimal percussion, intimate close vocal. Phone screen glowing in the darkness, like a tiny artificial moon. I tell myself not to check your profile, then end up doing it too soon. Coffee gone cold by the bedside, half a cigarette in the tray. I keep making small excuses just to keep the hurt away. And the ceiling starting to memorize me, every restless turn I make. Funny how a king-size mattress still somehow feels too small these days. Soft falsetto harmony drift underneath. Maybe I think too deeply, maybe I hold on too long. Maybe nighttime turns memories into things stronger than they are. Fully bloom, emotional drums into soul. 2:17 and still awake, still replaying what we didn't say, still hearing your voice inside. inside my room like your goodbye never fully went away. 2:17 and still awake. City lights flickering through the blinds, trying to outrun old feelings, but they always catch me at night. Echoed falsetto at night. Oh, always catch me at night. Sparse of drums, warmer bassline enters. There's a jacket hanging near the hallway that still smells faintly like your skin. I should probably throw it somewhere, but letting go feels too permanent. And everybody says time heals, like time doesn't leave scars too. Like lonely nights don't stress forever when there's nobody next to you. Ambient synth textures widen. I swear the moon gets closer whenever I start missing you. Like heaven's leaning through my window just to watch me come unglued. Quiet like harmony slowly build. Maybe I think too deeply. Maybe silence cuts too sharp. Maybe some hearts keep loving long after love falls apart. Larger drums, emotional harmonies laid higher. 2:17 and still awake. Still replaying what we didn't say. Still hearing your voice inside my room like your goodbye never fully went away. 2:17 and still awake. Blue light dancing on the wall, trying not to text your number, knowing you might never call. Drums catch a lonely piano and ambient healing's real. Why do memories still breathe? Why does your shadow still fit perfectly beside me when I sleep? Soft strings begin swelling underneath. And why do I still save space for you in conversations you'll never hear? Maybe overthinking is just love with nowhere left to disappear. Cinematic emotion or explosion, late falsetto harmonies, wider drums. 17 and still awake, hearts still running circles in the dark. Every lonely thought inside this room, still inside my place. And every silent part of me still wishes you would stay. Emotional falsetto ad-libs float outwards, still wishes you would stay. Still rain on mountains grows louder, instruments slowly fade. Oh, 2:17 in the morning, and somehow your memory still knows the way home. Rose piano fades into distant river. Soft vinyl crackle, distant city on edge, warm electric piano freezing. I wasn't quiet cause I stopped feeling. I was quiet cause the feeling got too loud. Deep ambient bass enters slowly, and every word I almost gave you collapsed before it left my mouth. Minimal drums, soft down and so fast. Your sweater still hangs by the doorway, like you're coming back after midnight. Half drunk, glass sitting on the counter, still catching the blue TV light. I walk circles through this apartment, talking low just to hear a voice, trying not to touch your memory, like healing was some kind of choice. And the city outside keeps moving, like nobody lost anything. But inside this room every second still wears your fingerprints on it. Drums soft and very harmonies right. You thought distance meant I stopped caring. You thought silence meant I moved on. But I was fighting every sentence, trying not to break when you were gone. Full limit spinning suspension, laying harmonies emotional to base. Well, you read my silence wrong. Baby, I was drowning slowly, holding stones behind my teeth, trying not to let them hold me. You read my silence wrong. Every quiet night was heavy. I just didn't know how to say. Losing you was killing me gently. Ambient guitar echoes. You called me cold, but I was breaking quietly. Sparser instrumental, intimate vocal delivery. Now the ceiling knows my overthinking. Every shadow knows your name. Every song I try escaping through finds a way to sound the same. And I still check my phone at 2 a.m. Yeah, like pain can form a miracle, like somehow time rewrites endings, so makes unfinished love reversible. Soft scent shimmering touch. I heard you cut your hair last winter. Funny how that still hits me, 'cause missing someone isn't loud. It's tiny things repeatedly. You thought distance meant I stopped caring. You thought silence meant I moved on. But every night I fought myself, just trying to survive this alone. Larger drums, wider harmonies, cinematic atmosphere. You read my silence wrong. Baby, I was drowning slowly, holding storms behind my teeth, trying not to let them hold me. You read my silence wrong. Every quiet night was heavy. I just didn't know how to say. Losing you was killing me gently. You called me cold, but I was breaking quietly. My drums drop out completely. Lonely piano and distant revoke. Maybe love looks different inside anxious minds. Maybe some hearts go silent when they're trying to survive. And maybe if I held you the way I hold regrets, you would have known I never stopped loving you, yeah. Strings slowly swell beneath final line. Emotional lift, laid falsetto harmonies, cinematic drums. You read my silence wrong. I was screaming underneath it. Every sleepless night alone, trying hard to keep from sinking. You read my silence wrong. I was loving you in secret. Even after all this time, part of me still hasn't left it. Falsetto lips floating background. Still hasn't left it. Still hasn't left it. Drums fade away. I wasn't quiet cause I stopped feeling. I was quiet cause I felt too much. Electric piano slowly fades into silence.